Wow, look at that. Look at all this room we have here underneath the cabinet. All that counter space there that's available now, that's nice. I got this under counter matte black paper towel holder, but I'm gonna do it a little bit different. Instead of putting it under the counter like this, I'm gonna mount it to the side of the cabinet like this. All right, let's go ahead and open this thing up and take a look at it. All right, looks like we got some hardware in here. Shows on the back everything we should have. It's got the assembly instructions, and it shows you your parts here and how you connect it all. All right, let's go ahead and look at it. The parts here are in a bag. You get some, looks like you get some little parts here if you want to put it into your drywall, and then you get some gaskets and caps and some screws and all kinds of stuff here. A little screwdriver, a little, looks like it's an Allen key on one side and a screwdriver on the other. Get some caps for the end of the pipe. Okay, here's our pipe right here. Looks pretty nice. Looks like it's hollow inside, and then it's finished on the bottom, and then it's open right here. I guess this is where you'd put your screws in. Yeah, that's what it shows here on the directions. All right, so there's your backing. And so this would go like that, where those would screw in from the other side there. All right, so there's all of our parts we got here. First thing it shows here is you put that cap on there. And then we need to screw this in, here. So that shows E. You can tell the difference between those screws because they're a machine screw instead of a wood screw. See how they're flat on the end? All right, let's put these on. All right, we got all those on, and now we can just screw this into the cabinet. Or if you were to put it underneath, you could screw that underneath the cabinet. And if you were to put it in the wall, then you got your little drywall anchors there. So since I'm going to go ahead and mount this to the side of the cabinet, I want to make sure that my screws that I use don't go all the way through the cabinet. You can see that the screws that it came with there, those screws are a little too long. So when I put them into the cabinet, they'll go through. When I screw in this way here, they'll go all the way through this panel and they'll come out to the other side, and we don't want that. So I'm using a shorter screw here that won't go all the way through. The other thing I'm going to use is a small level here, so that way I can make sure I get this level when I put it on there. So that's to put the glue strip on the back first. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just peels off here. And then you get it all lined up on there like that. I'll get a tape measure here and figure out where the middle is. So it looks like this cabinet is 12 inches, so the middle would be at 6 inches right there. All right, now that we know where we want it, we can take the sticky side off the back. All right, find our middle. 6 inches right there. We'll get our level here and see if we can't get this level. The problem is once you get that sticky on there, it's not coming off, but luckily we use this level, so we got pretty close. So this tape is pretty strong. Once you get it on there, it's not coming off. So if you're not sure, you might want to put some blue tape on here first so that you don't get it stuck on there and not be able to move it. But yeah, this is in there really good. I'm going to go ahead and drill a pilot hole in here for the screws. But like I said, this thing's on here pretty good, so if you don't have a drill, you'd probably be okay without even putting the screws on there. I mean, that's pretty solid. My particular screw I used was too big for the cap, and so it didn't want to close. So make sure you use a screw with a smaller head if you're going to do this. So we'll just leave the caps off. And that should be okay because these are a black screw. right. Okay, so there it is. Let's see how a full roll of paper towels fits. Oh yeah, there it is. Now if we need some paper towels, we can just pull them off of here. And now we got a nice roll of paper towels. So yeah, this is pretty nice. Like I said, some of the problems I had with it is I put my own screws in here because these were too long, but the screws I used had too big of a head, so I couldn't close the little gap on here. If you see here, if you use the original screw, you can close the cap real nice. So if you decide to get a shorter screw like I did, make sure it has the same head size as this one. The other problem I had is this tape is really, really strong. Once you get this stuck on here, it doesn't want to come off. So make sure you have it where you want it before you stick this to the cabinet. But yeah, other than that, I think this thing's pretty nice. It looks good. It's got a nice finish on it. Plenty of room for the paper towel holder to sit there. And it's pretty easy to take your paper towels off of here. So yeah, it looks pretty good. All right. Now we can take our old paper towel holder out of the way. And look at that. Look at all this room we have here under the counter. Now you could mount this under here and it would probably look a little bit nicer. But then if you want to take something over here, if you want to take an appliance like a blender or something and work under here, you got a lot more room to work. But this is totally subjective. You may prefer it under here or you may prefer it up here like this. That's what's nice about this paper towel holder, is it's versatile. You can mount it any way you want. Wow, look at that. Look at all this room we have here underneath the cabinet. All that counter space there that's available now, that's nice.